YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Eisen. There's Tactical. Back here with a quick video. Just want to show you guys something that I think is often overlooked. By the way, YouTube safe control environment. These weapons are all clear. Nothing in there. Safe direction. No magazine. Nothing in there. No magazine. Safe direction. So what I was going to point out, people talk about triggers and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. And me personally, I don't really mess with my triggers too much. There is a 3.5 ghost connector trigger in this one. But my other Glock 19, the one that I carry, is OEM, so it has no modifications. This is a standard Glock 23 trigger, nothing in there. But I just put a ghost connector in there. It did lighten it up, but for the most part, it's not significant where there's your take up. So it's just a 3.5 connector, ghost connector in there at about 19 bucks. But what I want to point out is when it comes to maintenance in your firearm, cleaning it, oiling it. So let me just go ahead and break down one of these Glocks real quick, and then I'll show you what I mean, what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, so there's a slide off right there, and let's pop these pins out real quick. Because this is important, it's critical. Glock does not take a lot of oil. I can't speak for all the rest of the firearms. You don't oil all over the place on these Glock pistols. They're minimum oil. So I'm gonna show you. There's a part in here. So when it comes to oiling, you can put little drops here, lubrication. You can see it's kind of lubed up. You don't need oil all over the place. And right here is where you want to be careful to not put too much oil. You don't need oil on your recoil spring. Stay away from that. I see people putting oil all through here. Don't have to do that. You can just rub it with your oily towel you had. You can hit your rails in there. You can see this gun is very oiled and cleaned up real good. The reason why it's kind of bronze looking, because this is a very Glock Gen 3 OEM parts, and they came like a bronze, whatever, but they're wearing off with the usage. But yeah, so you oil your rails and stuff like that. You don't drop oil up in here in your firing pin. You don't need oil up in there. So just be careful. And that hole right there, just for the record, that hole you see right there, right here, that's for drainage, for water. If you got in water or oil or something like that, but it shouldn't be no oil in this firing pin channel. So you don't drop oil up in there. So just be careful, man. You blow oil in your barrel. Like I said, the rails right here, that little ramp right there, maybe. And that's about it. No oil right there. You don't need oil on your safety plunger right there. So I see a lot of people doing way too much oil on their Glock pistols. So let me show you the part that I want to show you that I think is critical, that you don't over oil. I don't have my punch set, so I'm gonna use my Allens. If these things are too tight for you, you can just take your Allen and loosen it up, because I got this way too tight. So let's take this. I'm gonna show you inside the connector what I'm talking about, because I've seen a video where this guy was just spraying ballast all over. I think Hickok 45 does that too, and I think that's a little bit too much oil. Let me see here. Okay, so I think I gotta pop this pin out too. Yeah, I need to get my punch for this. 1 second, I'll get it out. Just give me 1 second. Like I said, this is unedited. I don't do a lot of editing, so just bear with me. I don't practice. I know people practice their videos before they do it. I don't do that. I just roll the dice. Props to people who do practice what they do, so they don't look like an idiot like me. But yeah. So Jesus Christ, and I think I take all this out. Oh, I haven't took this out in a while. I guess I gotta take all these out. No big deal. So there's your 3 pins. Now let's get these. Get this. I didn't realize how hard this was. Well, it ain't hard, but I didn't realize I had to do all this. Okay, there's a feed ramp. Now, okay, here's a trigger. So, I hope you guys can pick this up. So, what I was going to point out is that when the trigger's in, when you got it inside the frame, so when it's like that, boom, like the drop in right there, right? You don't need oil all up in here. You don't want oil hitting these springs. There's your connector spring right there. Okay, that's your spring that's going to give you the poundage on the pull. And this is your connector bar. It's your trigger shoe. Okay, so you don't need oil here. You don't need oil on here, all that. Where you need the oil at is right here. So right where this connects, this part right here rubs up against there. That's the part that you want right there. Because that's where the trigger is rubbing against that. That's the metal on metal. And you can see this kind of polished up because I did polish this trigger. But that's where you need a drop of oil. So if you're going to take your needle nose, you would try to get right in there with a little drop right there and then just rub it together like that. Or just take it out like I just did and then lube it. But that's the only oil you need on this trigger group right here. You don't need it on that. You don't need it on this. You can just polish this up real nice like how this one is. And then that's the only oil you need. You don't need it on that connector spring. Okay. So I just want to point that out, man, and just make sure everybody understands that these Glock pistols don't require a lot of oil. And damn, that thing's hella dirty. I guess I can clean that. But they don't require a lot of oil. You see all on my finger. And definitely in this trigger group, you don't want a lot of oil. And like your firing pin springs, any of your springs, you don't want oil all on them. You just kind of want to keep them the way it is. And like I said, this is just polymer. So you just wipe this down, clean it out real good, put a drop here, put a drop there, maybe a little bit on the rail right here. And then that's pretty much it. You don't need to super over oil everything. And just wanted to point that out to you. Like again, just put it on this that spot right there. And that's pretty much it, man. Let me know if this is helpful. It's your boy Eisner Tactical. Just want to help everybody out. I do know about Glocks. I don't know about every gun, but I do know that part. I actually went to a Glock course, cleaning course at the Glock store when Lenny McGill was here, and he broke it down. He has a video on that too. So that's pretty much it, how that works. And just remember, don't put a lot of oil right there because it'll mess up your trigger grouping. Like, comment, subscribe. Your boy Eisner Tactical. I'm out. Peace.